Good morning and welcome to the home of C's Candies.
We were driving down the street, going to do some errands and stuff, and all of a sudden the girls in the car are like, "Look, C's Candies, free samples! Free samples!
There's free samples! There better still be free samples.
So,
it's on their sign.
Yeah. We got up very early to
go it smells good, guys.
do an interview, and then it got canceled due to health reasons. So we thought, why not make a morning of the candy?
Right, because why not eat candy at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
This is cool. There's like fancy boxes.
Sugar-free.
Oh,
Peanut
sugar-free.
brittle.
Interesting.
I don't know if sugar-free peanut brittle would be okay. Guess there's only one way to find out.
Eat it. Eat it all. Eat all of the truffles. Okay, so we're done in there. We needed to get out as fast as possible because otherwise we'd eat everything. But we got samples. Were they good?
I had a chocolate peanut butter thing and it was delicious. So good that I bought stuff.
We are on set. Shay is in a 6-part web series and they're just about to film his character introduction. So what they've done is they put the tow truck on a flatbed and they drive it around.
Are you vlogging?
This way it looks
We're vlogging.
Tim, you vlogging there?
We're vlogging it.
Hey, you guys vlogging? Come over here and do some vlogging. We're on the trailer, we're about to do the shoot. We're shooting, you're shooting the shoot. You know what's interesting? Corrado has a C300, and he's gonna be filming this C300. Hey, Tyler, we're trying to shoot something here, bro. Say crossing.
Yeah, we're trying to do something here, guys.
So like we were saying, we're here filming Shay, filming stuff. So we're getting B-roll that can go in the documentary, and then we're also just kind of hanging out and seeing how this whole thing gets done. It's pretty cool because what happens is, whenever you see a car in a show or in a movie driving down the street and they're getting shots from the outside of the car itself is not on the road. It's on this trailer so it can be smoother and they can get steadier shots of the car. So Corrado is up on the trailer right now getting some cool shots. Filming the filming. Behind the scenes stuff. So the police escort are here and ready to rock and roll. They just fired up the truck over here that's going to be towing the trailer. There goes one of the motorcycles to lead the pack. And they're going to start filming. They're going to start rolling. Corrado's still on there. Corrado's going to get some B-roll while this whole thing is happening. I hope he holds on tight. We don't know how fast they're going to go. Alright. Take it off. There she goes. Driving a tow truck. Pretending to, at least. There we go, just driving down the street. Alright, Shay, how was it?
It was really good. We're just here on set, shooting a video for Kia, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to... Sorry, I'm just really thirsty. Hold on, my throat's dry. I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to have... Oh, sorry, I just dropped my cap. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to have Corrado and Tim come down and film some.
That's refreshing.
Right? Here.
Oh, you got some
really
water. That's good.
You got to drive that!
I'm purposely being hard to vlog, you know, just cause. Yeah, I drove that. I said it felt like I was in a parade. That's how I compared it, is I felt like I was in a parade. Because everybody, like a lot of kids that just got out of school, so they're all waving at me as I came by. That was cool. Yeah, I've never been on one of those before. Camera car.
That's neat.
Unique experience.
Steven, you want to introduce these guys to Buddy?
Oh, that was so perfect!
Oh, you're so good. Round and pose. This is my dog, Buddy. He's a good dog. He's a good boy. How long have you had him? 3 months. So today is an exciting day. This is an exciting moment. We're almost done principal photography. We're not done yet. And even once principal photography is done, there's still secondary and pickups. There's still lots to film. However, we are finally back in Los Angeles. And like we told you guys, I'm going to be staying here with Steven. Steven's the editor, and we're going to be doing this thing, doing all the post-production and putting this thing together. So, this has really been our first chance to sit down and talk about everything that we have filmed in the past 2 months. Steven's been here watching everything, and we've been on the road, but we haven't really been able to communicate. So, we have started putting together the wall. And we are breaking this wall down into 9 sections. Yes. Each section is approximately 10 minutes. So with 9 chapters to the film, it would be an 1.5 hour long movie, a 90-minute film. So we have the introduction, the beginning, which introduces our characters. Then we explain some YouTube money, because everybody wants to know how that works. They want the explanations on like, how do YouTubers make money? Then how do YouTubers go full time? And this kind of spans 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just these 3 chapters is like a 5-year period in the history of YouTube. Then we get to YouTube networks. So things like The Station, a couple years ago, and The Station became Maker, and then this would be Full Screen, and Big Frame, and Machinima, and IGN, and all the other YouTube networks that exist, and we're going to explain what networks are, and how they work, and how they make money or don't make money, or how they're good or bad, or a scam, or the greatest thing to happen to YouTube, depending on who you ask. From there, networks lead to how YouTube is changing Hollywood. Because YouTube is very much changing Hollywood. And this is where we'll get to talk to very cool people that we haven't interviewed yet, but we really hope to interview. We had to shoot other things first and like pitch to bigger celebrities and ask if they'll be in the movie. And this kind of starts resolving some of the stories and starts leading towards our climax on people who are unhappy fans, or Shay Carl losing weight. All of these red things are Shay, by the way. We haven't done anyone else yet, but we will.
There's a diagram
There's a
of
thing.
what is what over
We'll
there.
show you the thing. This is where we get to the fan interviews. We did some interviews with you guys at Playlist Live. We're going to do some at Vlogger Fair, at VidCon, probably even more, and how YouTube has changed their lives and how they've been touched. And then we wrap up at VidCon 2013. That is like the final chapter of the film. And then you see all of these stories and the YouTubers and the fans and the networks and the business and the money and the fun and the video making. It all comes together at VidCon. Whew. So over here we have our main characters. Our main characters are the Shay Tarts, CTFXC, and the Vlog Brothers. And their stories are told throughout the entire film. Then there's things we need to explain. A lot of people have a lot of questions about money. And that is an important part of the story, even though a lot of people don't like talking about money, or money can be really boring, or it can kind of ruin some of the magic. It's an important part of like Shay doing this full time. The Vlog Brothers doing VidCon, that costs money. This film, our film, cost money. We raised money on Indiegogo with you guys. Yellow is other, when things don't fit into that. And then white is a technical explanation when we're like, oh, here's what a CPM is. Oh, here's when Google bought YouTube for like $1.65 billion in May of 2007. And this is like really, really factual. So we just finished plotting out Shay to get an idea of how we wanted this to look physically. So now that we've done Shay and we can see his story sorta kinda laid out, we're just gonna do everyone else at the same time and start throwing things up here to like fill in all of the things. Here, in the middle of chapter 3, is where we're going to define vlogging. Mm-hmm. People will have talked about it, like people are obviously just going to say what they're going to say up until that point, but if we explain everybody's stories and then explain like people start taking YouTube seriously, we need to know who everybody is before everybody starts talking to each other about what vlogging is.
Right, and I think like what you're saying here, the intro is going to kind of give a little taste of what we're going to talk about through the whole film. Chapter 2 will give us like an intro to each one of these personalities, and then the very beginning of 3, I think, is where we need to define in one of our technical explanations what vlogging is, what a YouTuber is, right?
You know what we should define with a tech explanation? We should have like an animation that shows like, here is your computer and here's like the YouTube servers. Right. Would that be before we get to know everyone? Is that like
no? We're not even really getting to know everybody in 2. We're getting a little taste of them.
Right.
And then we explain what it is they're doing, and then we can get to know them.
So are you talking about that in the intro, or are you talking about that in chapter 2?
The intro is a taste of the whole film.
Yeah, intro is a taste of the film.
Chapter 2 is getting to know a little bit of what these people's lives are about. And it might start off really dramatically, it might be funny, and then we explain what technically they're doing.
Okay.
At the very beginning of 3.
So, alright, so right here, we teach people how to upload a video.
Yay!
Perfect.
Alright, step number 1. One of the cool things that we did when we interviewed people is it was specifically Wheezy Waiter. I asked Wheezy like a couple questions and I had him talk about other YouTubers and he brought up points that those YouTubers may or may not agree with. And then we went to those YouTubers and said, Craig said this, how do you reply? And then they did their replies. Yeah. And then we talked, and then they brought other people into it and we have this stream of like 7 people having a conversation, all like talking to each other, that they actually did days or weeks apart, but when you edit it all together, it's like they're talking to each other in the film even though they weren't together in the film. It was pretty cool. And it's all like defining what vlogging is. Because they disagree.
Yeah.
Which is like awesome.
I think that the point is that chapter 1 and 2 we should keep them totally confused, but wanting more.
Alright.
And then we give them the explanation in 3.
Okay. Alright guys, we've been doing this for 3 hours and this is what we've got. It took a while. There's a lot on here, lots of things. And we had to break off new chapters. So now there's 4A, 4B, and 4C before we get to 5. So now I guess there's 11 instead of 9, but whatever. That's all still one thing. And I think we've made some progress. I think we've defined some things. Make sure you don't forget to be awesome. And we need to learn about lots of things, like networks and CPMs, and Dave Ramsey and getting married, and no edge, and character development, and just a lot of stuff. Just it's a movie. And then when you're gonna go into theaters and you're gonna hit play and you're gonna watch all of this. And in total, from pre-production to production to post-production, it will take us about a year to make this movie. And when you see it, it'll take you an hour and a half to watch it. So think about that. I'm gonna go think about that too. I'm gonna go to sleep. See you guys tomorrow. Good night.
You do daily vlogs, I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside, so don't go away. We're here every day, it's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeEh. Oh, home's where the vlog is.